Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted podcast. I am your host, Chase, and as always, with me is my great friend and my co host,
Dylan.
Sorry for the long delay. There's been a lot of stuff going on with myself, and just not been having a lot of time here. And Dylan's been busy with work, but we're back for another great episode of Topics. And we got some trailer talks and just some review for you, and just a lot of great movie and TV show stuff to speak with you all about. But first, before we get into all of that great movie and TV show stuff, if you could please like and subscribe. We always appreciate the support we can get. We definitely need your support just to keep it going and helping out the channel. But let's get right into it, and let's start off with the big thing, I guess, for a horror fan, the Halloween Ends trailer. First of all, before I really get into it, I really like this trailer. I thought it was a good, just a minute and 16 seconds of just enough to get us excited for this film, because it really did not show a lot. Just a lot of Michael doing his thing, and got some Laurie Strode in there and Allison. Just got a lot of great stuff going on, and like I said, just enough to really get you pumped and excited for this film. But also, when that theme kicks in, because it kind of reminds me of, I think it was like the Halloween 4's theme or 5, I can't remember. It just gets you pumped up and gets you ready, because I mean that's one of my favorite themes in movie history. I mean, there's definitely Jurassic Park, Harry Potter. There's a lot of great themes, but the Halloween theme just hits different in my opinion. Like I said, once it gets going, you're just, that blood is just racing. But in this trailer, I mean, you got, like I said, you got Michael Myers, Laurie Strode, like they come up and close and personal, battling one another to the death until one comes victorious. This is coming from Deadline. Along with Jamie Lee Curtis, Addie Malik, and Will Patton return. Seems like a short list, though, but many people from the first and second films did not make it to the third round. It will be interesting to see how much different things are now that Haddonfield was plunged into chaos. I won't give you that plot synopsis, because this is our big first full plot synopsis that gives us something to what we're going to be looking forward to this October. Says, 4 years after the events of last year's Halloween kills, Laurie is living with her granddaughter Allison and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it inaugurates a crusade of violence, and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. So it looks like we're going to be added a new character, and he may be kind of more focus in this movie. That's what I heard from 3C Films, that this guy might be the main focus of this film. So that's very curious to see how much Laurie Strode has in this one, because in Halloween Kills, she wasn't in it a lot. But I feel like it was still just good enough, in my opinion at least. But I'm curious to see how this new guy goes and where they play this into, because like 3C Films, go check out his video. He got a cool, fun theory that maybe he would be taking the Michael mantle after this and maybe start like the babysitter murders or something like that. But that's a cool theory. I definitely did like that. But we'll see. I mean, there's just a lot of cool stuff, like Michael forcing Laurie's hand down the drain. That's always a cool scene. Laurie stabbing him with a knife, and there's just a lot of good stuff in this trailer. And I said it's only a minute and 16 seconds, so when you think of that, it doesn't sound like a lot, but boy, it is a lot. It's a lot of good stuff. This film drops October 14th. I can't wait. I think it looks great. I've been a big fan of the Halloween franchise for my whole life, and I think Halloween Kills was great. 2018 was great. And the original is, I mean, just a masterpiece in horror. Easily in my top 3 films of all time. But there's a lot of great stuff going to be happening in this film when it drops October 14th. So I can't wait. Dylan, I know you saw this trailer. What'd you think, bro?
I absolutely loved it. We definitely need to find the time to see this whenever it comes out. I know we haven't had the opportunity to see some of the most recently released, like even Marvel movies and stuff, but we definitely need to make time to see this when it comes out because we've seen all the other ones, and it only makes sense, and it looks really good too. Like I saw the teaser, and I was immediately like, "Yep, I'm fucking in. Let's do this." I like where they're going with it. I don't know if uh, they're gonna end up going with like the whole theory, or maybe it's a leak that some people are saying that there's gonna be like multiple Michael Myers, like people just wearing costumes and stuff, or what. But I'm definitely interested to see where they go with it because it does look like it's gonna be very, very good. So I'm ready. I'm just absolutely ready.
And let's move on to keeping it in horror with more trailer and one I really wasn't even expecting. Jeepers Creepers Reborn got a full trailer. This is coming from Screen Rant. Well, if everyone remembers, and I think it was October of last year, we did get that short teaser, which was actually pretty good. Um, but now we get a full trailer and seeing what this movie is going to be all about. And kind of what you get is like these people, they go to like a massive horror theme park or something like that, party thing. And after winning like an escape room experience, the group finds themselves locked in there with the creeper. And like I said, he makes his appearance after the 23 years, 24 years. Um, Now he's out to do what he always does. The cast for the movie is Sidney Craven, which is Johnny Depp's daughter. I Am Rain Adams, Ocean Navarro, Matt Barkley, um, Alexander Hassall, Jody McKellen, Georgia Goodman, and Gerara Benjamin. Um, the the original guy who played the creeper in the one is not coming back because he wasn't even asked, which is really, I think, a sad thing that they didn't even offer him the chance because he was great. But this is a 3-day experience, the 19th, 20th, and 21st, brought to you by Phantom Events. It's a special 3-night event. So definitely get your tickets when they go on sale because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people wanting to check this movie out. Because like I said, I did like this trailer and I'm definitely looking forward to it in just a couple months. Because Jeepers Creepers has always been, in my opinion, pretty cool. I mean, I like the first film a lot. The second film isn't too bad, and the third one's just not that good. But I like this trailer a lot, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it in September. But Dylan, man, I can't remember if you're a big fan of the Creeper films or not, but did you get a chance to see this trailer? And if so, what are your thoughts and impressions on it?
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I feel like if they're gonna have the whole movie in that house, I have a feeling it's just an excuse for them to have a low budget and not have to do anything like big or like, decent for this movie. Like if they're just trapped in a house the whole movie with the creeper, that's gonna be boring to me. Like the trailer was cool when they went to the horror thing, but after that, like I just got bored. Like it just doesn't look like I'll watch it. I'll watch it and see how it is, but I am already not that impressed with it at all. Really, when you look at it.
And keeping it in horror with one more topic, I believe we have Scream 6 added some big stars. This comes from Screen Rant as well. With production underway on the sequel, Bloody Disgusting has brought word that Scream 6 cast is growing with two major stars. Ready or Not actress Samara Weaving is joining the horror sequel, and so is Tony Revolra, which plays I can't remember what his name is. He's always the one that was an asshole in the beginning, and then he became once he knew Peter was Spider Man. I can't remember what his name is. So yeah, two great actors there, um, and I really think definitely Samara Weaving. It'd be really cool if they could tie that into the Ready or Not universe, as in the same thing. But Samara Weaving's really cool. I really liked her in the much movie I did not like, Snake Eyes. I thought she was good, and Bill and Ted I thought she was pretty good, and definitely of course Ready or Not. Ready or Not is a awesome movie. If you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. It is really cool. But I think Tony, I think he's going to be a really cool person to add to this franchise. I really um, think he's definitely an up and coming star for sure. I really think this might be his first horror movie. I really haven't seen him in anything else but Spider Man. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he brings to the big screen in the Scream franchise. But this is cool, and I know they're under production right now. Um, with like because I've seen the set photos of Nev, not Nev. She could be a secret in this. I've heard kind of a theory that maybe she's secretly going to be in this, and they just want to surprise us, but I doubt it. Courtney Cox doing her thing, and everybody's at it, and this movie's just going to be great. I'm glad to see that it's going to be changing to like New York. I think that is a really cool setting if that's actually what it is. But like I said, those are two big stars. Definitely Samara. I'm glad she's going to be in this franchise. Um, I think she could maybe be the next leader in this franchise, but who knows? Time will tell. But Dylan, what do you think of these two pickups that Scream Six got? Um, do you think they got some really good people here? Because I mean, I know you're a big fan of Ready or Not and the Spider-Man, of course. Are you glad to have these people in the franchise now?
I completely agree with you. They are great picks. The name you're looking for was Flash Thompson. He played Flash Thompson in the MCU. He's a great actor, as he showed in Spider-Man, and he's obviously in other stuff that I don't know him from. But he's a great actor, and like you said, Samara Weaving in Ready or Not, like you said again, Ready or Not, great movie. Everyone check it out if you haven't. They're going to do a fantastic job, hopefully, with writing their characters for this, and hopefully she is one of the final survivors and isn't one of the early kills, because I personally would be very very upset, because she is a very good actress and possibly one of my favorite actresses in Hollywood right now.
And moving on to actually our last horror topic, and it's a interesting one, I guess you could say at that. The movie that I feel like has sparked a lot of controversy, if you could say, the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey released its first poster. And before I get into the poster and everything, I'm not going to lie, I am actually really, really looking forward to this film because I feel like it's something different, something interesting that it could actually work as a good major film. I don't know if it's going to theaters. I feel like because this poster, this looks like it's a direct-to-DVD movie, which if that's what it is, that's cool. But this comes from Screen Rant. The first terrifying poster for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is here. The upcoming project from writer-director Rise Frank Waterfield will be the first time the classic children's star just reimagined as a horror film following its release into the public domain. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey will reimagine the iconic yellow bear and his sidekick Piglet as rampaging, fertile beast ready for revenge after being abandoned by Christopher Robin. Craig David DeVoe plays Winnie the Pooh, and Chris Cordell stars as Piglet in this slasher horror film. The first images for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey were met with outpouring of both outrage and excitement online as loyal fans of A.A. Milne's beloved iconic characters saw them as murderous beasts on the hunt for blood. I don't know if this movie will be really any good. I'm just really excited for it. Let's get into the poster. Dread Central unveiled the official poster art for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, and it's sure to ruin childhoods. The horrid images sees Winnie the Pooh collapsing a bloody mallet with mischievous, terrifying smirk glancing his yellow face. Below, Pooh is joined by his friend Piglet, who stands holding a knife, appearing to finish the job on one of his victims. Giving the unprecedented response to Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey that flooded social media following the release of the film's first images, post-production has reportedly been expedited. The release of the official poster further speaks to the growth and excitement, as it looks like promotional efforts are really starting to kick off. However, the release date has not been announced, though it's expected to hit theaters in late 2022 or early 2023. No matter what, I'm just really excited for this movie. I really, really, really believe this could be something cool and something different for us horror fans to really like. And I'm not going to lie, it just sounds, like I said, it just sounds like an interesting concept. Pooh and Piglet out to kill people just because Christopher Robin left them. Like I said, I know there's a lot of shit talking about this, and Dylan, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this, man, because I'm really curious too. But I am really looking forward to this movie, and I cannot wait for it to release, and I will definitely give you the review when it comes out. But Dylan, thoughts, man? What are you thinking about this movie? What do you think of this poster? What do you think of everything on Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
I am not excited. I am interested. The trailer didn't really do much for me, but the concept to me is interesting enough, if that makes any sense. Um, a dark take on Winnie the Pooh is very interesting to me, and like you said, I'm very interested to see this movie and to see how the concept plays out because it could go any number of ways. I just really, really hope it's not terrible. Which it looks like it has it has like B C movie cheese. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, to see how it is.
And moving on to, I don't really want to call it horror. I would like to more or less call it, I guess, a family film, if you want to call it that. The Munsters. First trailer. There was that first teaser that came out, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, which looked okay. Okay. Now we've got the full one. Rob Zombie's The Munsters. And as if anyone knows, Rob Zombie, I love him as a music artist. I think he's really good. But as a movie film director, I don't care for it. The Halloween movies, I just don't think are great. House of a Thousand Corpses is okay. I really just don't care for a lot of his work. But the trailer released, and what do people think? Well, first of all, what do I think? I think it looks awful. I'm not looking forward to this movie. It just looks like crap. I mean, it just looks like it's filmed terribly. I would love to know what the production quality, amount for this is, because good lord, this just looks stupid. Sharon Moon Zombie, of course, is Lily. Jeff Daniel Phillips is Herman, and Daniel Roebuck is Grandpa. All Rob Zombie's best friends. Of course, got to have him in those movies. And here are a couple of the reactions I do want to read. These are more or less just the bad ones. Noah Cox Marshall. Does Rob Zombie live in some sort of bubble where nobody he trusts will let his stuff in isn't working? Context is everything, and there's no doubt he must truly have great affection for the original series, but this just looks embarrassingly bad. Joe, okay, but why does this movie look like it has the budget of a made-for-Disney Channel movie in 1996? 1996, excuse me, sorry. I get the low-budget style, but this looks so incredibly cheap, poorly written, poorly acted, etc. He should have kept it all black and white if he wanted to go with that vibe. And last one, Scott Wimpler, mayor of Door City. He says, Munsters trailer looks like a commercial for Six Flags annual Halloween takeover. Those are just great reactions to it because, yeah, I definitely believe that Disney Channel 1996 movies, this is what this looks like. It just looks awful. I'm going to watch it just because I want to know if it is bad, and I can't wait to see when it comes out and see the reviews and see what it gets because this just looks terrible, and I'm not really looking forward to it. I kind of maybe had a little chance whenever I saw that teaser because it didn't look terrible, but this just, I think, has decided for me that this movie is just going to be a shit show. But Dylan, hearing this stuff, and have you had a chance to see the trailer first, what do you think of this Rob Zombie's Munsters movie? Do you think it really does have this shitty look to it?
Oh, I completely agree with you. It looks awful, dude. Like you said about Rob Zombie as a director, I think he's a fucking terrible director. Like he needs to just stop. Why does he want to keep directing movies? Just stick to being a fucking musician. Not every musician needs to get into acting or directing. It just doesn't need to happen. Like you said, Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses, they were okay, but the Halloween movies were not great. Were not great. They were not good at all. He just needs to stop. Just stop, Rob Zombie. Just stop. The trailer looks terrible. It it looks it's oh, excuse me. It doesn't even look like good cheese or funny cheese. It looks like dog shit cheese. You know what I mean? Like the cheesiness, it doesn't look good. Like you said, not late '90s Disney Channel Halloween movie is what it looks like. And to answer your question, what does it seem like it was filmed on? I'm gonna agree with us. I think it was John Campea himself. He said it looked like it was filmed on an iPhone with a tripod. That's the kind of quality that it looks like, and I agree with that. It just looks terrible, and I can't believe that this is the kind of quality of movie that we're gonna get from the Munsters. The one from I think the '60s or whatever looks better quality than this does. Like it looked that definitely looked like it had way more effort than this new one does. So I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna skip it. I mean I wasn't really a fan of the original show anyway, but this trailer made it cemented it to where I'm not gonna watch this new one either. Because if I know a movie's gonna be bad, I don't see a point in watching it. If I know it's gonna be a bad, not good bad, I just personally don't see a point in watching it.
And moving on to a movie that I had no idea was ever coming out, but a movie that I'm kind of looking forward to, Secret Headquarters. No, not the store. If you live in Evansville, Indiana, you know what I'm talking about. But the first trailer for Secret Headquarters reveals Owen Wilson in an Iron Man-like supersuit trying to protect Earth by a father at the same time. Be a father at the same time. The plot revolves around a group of kids led by Skrulls Charles, who discover a secret superhero headquarters hidden beneath Charles' home. The discovery of the hidden lair alerts villains, forcing the kids to defend the high-tech base until his help arrives. In the first trailer for Secret Headquarters, which will be on Paramount Plus, more of the original superhero film is revealed. The trailer has Wilson geared up in an Iron Man-like suit that grants him the powers bestowed by an alien power force that chosen him to be the guardian of the planet. The kids appear to be big focus of the film, and they team up to defend the superheroes' headquarters. All manner of vehicles, tech, and mysterious powers do so, frankly, with hilarious results. Um, this is, like I said, all coming from Screen Rant. Secret Headquarters looks like to have a kind of MCU meets Spy Kids vibe to it, which could be a good thing or bad thing depending on the execution. Secret Headquarters debuts on Paramount Plus August 12th, so just in a few weeks. I did not know this movie was coming out, never heard about it, but definitely when it does look like an Iron Man kind of suit, and I love that. I think that's cool. It's really awesome in my opinion. This movie could be a lot of fun because, yeah, I definitely get the Spy Kids vibe off of it, and the first two Spy Kids and the third one as well are really great films. The last one is not. It's a piece of shit. But this could be a really cool movie, and I will definitely check it out because Paramount Plus is has been putting out some good stuff like Jerry and Marge Go Large. If you haven't seen that movie, check it out. Definitely recommend it. But this looks like it could be just a fun superhero movie. May not be the highest quality, but this could be some fun. Dylan, I know you love superhero stuff just like me. Did you know about this movie coming out? And if so, I mean, what do you think of it?
I'm interested. I only recently heard about this. Like, I didn't even know it was coming until a few days ago. I had no idea what it was even about until literally just now when you described it. It seems pretty interesting. I knew it had Owen Wilson in it, but I had no idea about any of the plot or anything like that around it. So it does sound interesting, and us being comic book fans and like superheroes and stuff like that, I'm very interested to watch this movie, especially with Owen Wilson because he is one of my favorite actors at the moment.
And moving on to another trailer, Clerks 3. This comes from CNN. The film follows around Randall Graves, plays the great Jeff Anderson, as he decides to make a movie about his life at the convenience store following a massive heart attack. The film will also feature many of the original cast, including Rosario Dawson, Brian O'Halloran, Jason Mewes, Trevor Fearman, and of course Smith, who turns play as Silent Bob. Clerks 3 will have a limited theatrical release this September. I am a super big fan of Kevin Smith. He's one of my favorite directors of all time, and I'm a big fan of most of his movies. And this one, Clerks 3, I think could be really, really fun. I'm kind of nervous, though, about Randall. I feel like they could maybe make a sad thing at the end, make him die. I really hope not, but I like the first Clerks film. I think it's an awesome, great movie. The second one's just as fun as well. But this one, we'll see. I really think it could be cool. I definitely want to check it out in theaters for that theatrical release. I really wish these movies nowadays would get a big, longer release. I'm kind of sad that we've went away from that in films these days. But I'm super looking forward to this movie. And Dylan, man, I know you are just as well as a great big fan of Kevin Smith and all his movies and everything. What do you think of this trailer? Are you excited to see Clerks 3 in just a couple months?
Oh yes, yes, Clerks 3, super duper excited, man. Uh, I remember when we were talking about we after we had a Clerks marathon, we were looking up any information we could about Clerks 3, and then I think we had like a Kevin Smith Clerks-ish marathon where we watched the Clerks movies and Mallrats and the Jay and Silent Bob movies. It might have been whenever we were getting ready to see Jay and Silent Bob reboot, but I can't remember. But anyway, uh, yeah, I'm super excited for it. Clerks 2 is one of my favorite comedies of all time, and I've always been interested to see what they would do with it in a sequel. I think it's been like what 16 years since the last movie. Just even looking at like the thumbnail for their trailer, Elias looks old now. Like I know he was probably in his 20s when he did the other movie, and he's like middle aged now, but he looks old, old. So I'm interested to see what they do and how they figure out this movie because the trailer to me seemed like it was going to be very very funny. So I'm very excited for this movie, and this is another one that we will need to see whenever it does come out. And when it does, I'm sure it'll probably come out probably over at AMC. So we'll probably need to get a ticket for it.
And moving on to the last topic of the day, and it comes in TV show news, and it's a review. Stranger Things, Volume 4, those final two episodes. And I really thought this season ended great. The last two episodes were awesome. The long last one, 2 hours and 30 minutes, did not bother me one bit. I just felt it was actually a nice different change because TV shows really never go that long, and I mean there's a lot of cool moments in this, like Eleven and Facina finally fighting, um, the guitar solo played by I can't remember what's his name, but that was cool playing some Metallica there. I really like that. I did expect more deaths in these two episodes. I feel like that is kind of like a letdown in my opinion. Not trying to be rude or anything, sound like an asshole, but I just felt like there would have been more deaths, more impact to this episode because I really didn't. I thought I heard like people saying like they cried or something. I really did not get emotional because I knew the one dude was gonna die. I really already knew that one. But I feel like that was just kind of a letdown in my opinion. Again, trying to be an asshole, but just expecting more people to die. But I thought as we get closer to this last season that it would end with a shocking one or something. But it definitely sets up an interesting and final cool season with the upside down, more or less in the world now, coming to the world. And I don't know how they're going to play this out. I just know, like I said, they said they're not going to add any more characters, which is really cool and fine to me because then let's make this final season. Let's let anyone more or less be up to die. Like you don't know who's going to die. Anybody could die at any second. So let's just make that final season Duffer Brothers. Let's make that happen. But overall, yeah, I definitely love Stranger Things season 4. I feel like every season always gets better, and there's no obsession with this one. It definitely was my favorite now. Um, but I think this was a great, more adult, more horror season, and I can't wait to see how they finish it up. Dylan, did you get a chance to see those final two episodes? If so, what are your thoughts? And are you ready for that final season and how they set it up?
I absolutely did, and it was a fantastic ending. I do agree that there did need to be more deaths. I will agree on that. But I will say that if you want to be technical, Max did die at the end of Volume 2. She got her legs broken and stuff, and she technically did die, and 11 had to bring her back. So, Max, I saw a lot of people like reactions to that, and a lot of people were shocked that she died. But she did come back. But Eddie dying was very sad, and I know obviously a lot of people want him to come back, which there's some way they can bring him back that makes sense in regards to D&D, but that's something you'd have to look up because I don't want to butcher trying to explain it just from memory. Seeing there was also the death of Papa in like the first or second episode of Volume 2, which I feel like that's been coming for a few seasons now. Um, Jonathan did absolutely nothing this season, which I'm not shocked by. All he did was just drive a van. But I think one of my favorite characters of the whole season was probably Argyle. You know, just his personality and like just his carefree way of acting. It was just really funny. And I saw some interviews with the actor, and he is pretty much exactly like that in real life. But yeah, the season as a whole was just great, and I am excited to see what they do with season 5 because, like you said, the Upside Down is coming into Hawkins, and there's no absolute telling what is going to happen from that.
And those are all the topics. I wanted to give a Thor Love and Thunder full spoiler review, because I don't know if Dylan's got to see it. If he did, Dylan, once I'm done, please give your thoughts, man. I'd love to know what you're thinking on the film. I really enjoyed the film. As if you watched that out of the theater, thoughts. I really found it to be a lot of fun. Never got boring. I thought that 2 hour runtime was just perfect. Chris Helmsworth as Thor was awesome as always. He never changes. He's just perfect as the character. Natalie Portman making her return as the mighty Thor, and Jane Foster just was great. It was awesome to see her back. Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, in my opinion, is really great. He had a lot of creepy moments, but overall was just a cool character. And I just wish they would have maybe kept him alive because, they did kill him at the end. But I just thought he was a cool character. Russell Crowe as Zeus was pretty decent. Um, there's kind of moments how he talked and everything I didn't care for, but I just thought he was cool. I mean, everyone else did a great job as well. The film has a lot of laughs throughout. And like I said, never gets boring. Keeps you interested throughout with that short runtime. I mean, even had me crying there at the end whenever Jane Foster died. I'm not going to lie, it really got me upset. Seeing Gore's daughter be Thor's more or less daughter now, that was really cool. Like that a lot. The post-credit scenes are not bad. Seeing Hercules make his MCU debut, just ready to see how they play with this and the next whenever. Then the last one really doesn't have any meaning, just Jane going to I guess their version of heaven. So I really don't know if that has any meaning. If it does, please let me know in the comments. And then that last line, Thor will return. What's he going to do? What's his next appearance? That's what I want to know. Because I'm ready to see Thor again. I'm not going to lie. I just said I really like this movie. 8 out of 10. It's a fun time. Check it out. I know people have been mixed on it. It's just a lot of fun. Turn off your brain for almost about 2 hours, because it's a little less. I've seen it 2 times myself, and I've had a fun time both times. Never got bored. Just found it really a nice entry in the MCU. Been ready for the next one, actually. Like I said, Dylan, if you have seen this movie, what is your thoughts? And that is our episode for the week. A lot of great stuff we talked about. If you could, go down in those comments below. Leave your thoughts on these trailers, on the Halloween, Clerks. If you saw Stranger Things, leave your thoughts. Definitely leave your Love and Thunder review down there below as well. But Comic-Con's coming up, so definitely some stuff to talk about there as well. But until next time, I'm your host, Chase Baumgartner. And as always with me, again, is my great friend, my co-host,
Dylan Castile.
Talk to you next time.